was like, are you okay? Are you okay? No, not really. Have you seen the things I've seen?
Selena, which one of your songs gets you moving and grooving when you're on your own?
That is not something I...
A lot of these celebrities are under hypnosis, and they are afraid of this word. Just imagine being under hypnosis and somebody call you and they say blueberry banana pudding. And as soon as you hear the words blueberry banana pudding, you just shut down or turn into a baby or start barking like a dog or some shit, man. A lot of these people, their minds are gone. The movies Us and Get Out, it's real, and you already know that.
Everybody who's saying I'm a loon, I'm not telling the truth, and anybody who tries to like spin that narrative, you're working for the devil, another devil worshiper, devil worshiper.
Crazy stuff, you name it, they've done it. Like jump off cliffs, everything. I know all about it. The thing was, when I was memory repressed, I was seeing other people becoming unmemory repressed, and I hated this place and these people. It's a bunch of scumbags doing nasty things to each other, right? Like, there's privileged ones there, and there's underprivileged ones there, and so people are pretty mean on people. And
so he says that he was brought up in the cloning facility, a place where they clone all of the celebrities. And when these celebrities go to sleep at night, they wake up inside the cloning facilities where they get tortured, beat, ate, whatever. You ever watch Westworld? Yeah, Westworld is real according to this guy. What's his name? David Marshall or Dennis Marshall or something like that. Remember Tequila and all of that a couple of years ago? She came out talking about the cloning facilities, the same thing that he's talking about. And she had an aneurysm. Haven't heard from Tequila ever since.
well, I wanted them to do the awakening on me so I could go to the cops and get the cops on the move. The thing is, they are the cops too. Like, this is the linchpin in how the Illuminati NWO works, because like most of the leaders from the G20 countries go there, about 14 of the G20 countries, and then there's leaders from countries that don't even fit in the G20 that go there too.
I've already said so much. I've already put my life on the line for this, guys. I put my life on the line for this. Literally spies trying to spy me, people following me, people literally just watching all my moves. We can't let this go. Hashtag save the children, please.
Why do you think Orlando Brown covers the truth up with a schizophrenic type of comedy energy? The majority of everything Ryan Garcia and Orlando Brown is saying about the industry is true. But if you come out like Ryan Garcia, see, Ryan Garcia, he's a fighter. He's not a comedian. He's not an actor. So he's just going to come out with it raw. 1-2 knockout. I remember they tried to silence him a couple of years ago. They didn't like this. Orlando Brown is the way to do it, like Charleston White. You got to wrap the truth up with comedy. Because you have to understand that you messing with AI, you messing with artificial intelligence and NPCs. So if they see you doing comedy, they don't understand that this is the truth. No, they can only read the program of comedy. Do you even understand what I'm talking about? When they hear it raw and in your face, you see a revolutionary is raw and in your face. So they already go on defense mode. But when they hear the truth wrapped in comedy, they just say, oh, that's comedy. They don't even understand because we dealing with robots. We've been living amongst robots and NPCs, people with no souls, our whole life. And we just now learning this shit, man.
Please. Everybody's like, release it, release it. I can't be dumb, guys. I'm literally working with the highest politicians in Congress to take these people down. Because these people are eating children. This is disgusting.
Because these people are eating children. This is disgusting.
But I will say, when I'm with my sister or we're in the car, sometimes, like Who Says is one of the songs that, but I was 16 and that's more of a nostalgic feeling. But no, I don't like listening to myself. I don't like listening to myself.
Hi everyone. Before we dive into today's video, I want to issue a serious warning. The information we are discussing today is based on a highly controversial article and testimonies that remain entirely unverified. This involves heavy, disturbing, and often gruesome allegations. Please take everything you are about to hear with a massive grain of salt. This is for informational and speculative purposes only, and we are looking at this through the lens of ongoing theories surrounding the Hollywood music industry. So today, we're going down one of the darkest rabbit holes I've ever encountered. We've all heard the rumors about Hollywood, the glitz and glamour hiding a rotting core, but the details coming out of a specific archive and a series of whistleblowers take things to a level that is honestly hard to stomach. We're talking about the shocking allegations surrounding Justin Bieber and his supposed exposure of the Hollywood elite. But this isn't just about industry gatekeeping or selling your soul for a record deal. These claims involve the most heinous acts imaginable, specifically regarding an unborn child and the existence of what some are calling elite hunting parties.
Elite hunting parties. South Central LA, 1989, 1990, Compton, 1990, 1991, the Hoovers, the 8-Tray Gangsters, the Rolling 60s, the East Coast Crips, the Athens Parks Bloods. A lot of people who was taken out in the 80s and the 90s, and they said it was gang violence, victims of the hunting party. I remember one of my homeboys, he said he walked by this guy in the car and the guy had on a mask. And, you know, at the time I can only picture a Halloween type mask, you know, one of the rubber masks, because this was the early 2000s. But he was trying to describe these masks that we see. He said that the guy, you couldn't tell that he had on a mask, but he could. It was like a very expensive military mask. And he said that he could tell that the guy was either white or Mexican or Asian, but the mask looked like he was black. And he was sitting in the car just looking. And I was like, what, man? They been hunting us. They've been hunting us. I won't be surprised if the LAPD didn't have a contract with Epstein. The New York Police Department didn't have a contract with people like Epstein them to put on uniforms. Put on uniforms. If you go laser tag, a lot of places you put on uniforms and stuff. So just imagine you put on your uniform and then a trained police drive you around the hood and smoke people. Or you could put on a mask and you could put on a blue Pendleton. What you want to kill tonight? A Crip or a Blood? A 14-year-old Blood? Okay. Man, these hunting parties, they've been going on even before the 1900s, man. It's always been going on. It's always been going on.
First, I want to say that I'm perfectly fine. I came here to talk, not as I'm frantic or chaotic or whatever, you know, people may assume that I am mentally ill. What did they say? I'm going through a manic episode or whatever they came about to try to make what I was saying, which was the truth, seem like it was a lie. They're trying to create confusion within the people to make it seem that anything I said was a lie. Everything I said was the truth. And with that being said, I am going to now enter this live with prayer. Father in heaven, I just want you to guide me, Lord. Guide me with your Holy Spirit, Lord, the Spirit of truth, that I say nothing but the truth. So help me, God, Lord. Please, Lord, let me not say one lie, Lord. All I ask is that you don't let me say one lie, Lord. That you let me defend the children that are hurting across the whole world, Lord. And that the experience I experienced, the experiences that so many kids experience around the world, Lord, that you shine light on it and that you give me strength, you give me power only through you, Lord. Let the Lord's will be done, not mine.
For years, there has been a whisper campaign regarding Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez's relationship. While the tabloids focused on the on-again, off-again drama, a much darker narrative was allegedly playing out behind the scenes. According to the article we're looking at today, Bieber supposedly reached a breaking point, claiming that Hollywood elites were responsible for the death of his and Selena's unborn child. The details are gruesome. The narrative suggests that this wasn't just a tragic medical event, but something far more ritualistic and intentional. In these circles of extreme red pill theories, it suggested that the elites demand sacrifices from their biggest stars to maintain their status or to initiate them into the highest echelons of power. The claim here is that Bieber was forced to witness or participate in the loss of this child as a form of trauma-based mind control or ritualistic abuse. But it doesn't stop with the tragic loss of a child. If you dig into the comments and the connected theories surrounding this specific archive, you find references to elite hunting parties. This is a concept that has been surfacing more frequently in the darker corners of the internet. The theory suggests that for the ultra-wealthy and the illuminated elite, standard entertainment isn't enough. They allegedly organize hunts where the prey isn't an animal, but a human being, often those who have been trafficked or disposed of by the system. Imagine the level of depravity required for something like this to exist. We're talking about secluded estates, high-tech tracking, and a total lack of empathy for human life. The article implies that Bieber and other young stars were exposed to these horrors early in their careers. It suggested that this is why we see so many stars break down or have public meltdowns. It's not just the pressure of fame, it's the crushing weight of the secrets they are forced to keep.
Real quick, if you out there and you homeless, first of all, never separate yourself from people. And this is very important. If you're out there on the streets, God forbid, listen, they tried to get me. They tried to get me a couple of times. But this time was the slickest. So they would already know your routes. They gang stalk you. They know your routes. They knew that me and my woman, when we first moved to Phoenix, we didn't have nobody. We was on the streets. And we used to go to the Goodwill every morning to fill out applications, use the computer and stuff like that, right? We used to use the computer at the Goodwill. And one day we go in there and they're looking for males like me. Black men between the age of 25 and 40 at the time. I think I was about 28. And I said, ooh, $100 for a focal group. I called the people. I set up an appointment. About a week later, I went to the focal group. And they fed us. It was cool. We went up in there. They fed us. And it was just going to be talking about the inner city and how does it feel being a black man in America at between this age, and how is the job experience, how is dating, being an African American man at this age. It was about 30 of us in the room. And when we go in the room, it had microphone, it had a big table and chairs, and we got the chair, we sat in the chair, and right in front of us was a little microphone. All of us had a little microphone. They told us not to touch it. And then behind I would say the instructor or whatever, it was a big black window, right? And as soon as I went into the room, I didn't like that shit. And then I threw away the soda that I was drinking. I was like, man, I'm not eating nothing. I just felt real bad energy. And we talking and he asking us, it was about 2 hours and all of that. And then he said that he's gonna have some people that he's interested in stay behind so we can sign up for something that's going to give us bigger money, like $450, either $350 or $450. And he chose me and a couple of more people. And it was like, I was like, cool. I noticed that the ones he chose was the ones that looked like they was on drugs or homeless. It was a mixture of all of us. But the ones he chose, we all either walked back or caught the bus. I noticed that. So the day comes, and then it's time for me to go to the big focal group. He gives me the directions. I hop on the bus and all of that. I got a weird feeling. My stomach is messing with me. I got to use the bathroom. I'm sweating. And the bus driver could not find the place. He just could not find a place. And I'm searching for the place. I'm looking for the address. I'm searching, and I had to catch the bus back. And I go back to the room. A couple of days later, I tell this one guy at the plasma center, because now I'm donating plasma. And he said, oh man, you got to watch out for them focal groups like that, because that's where they be kidnapping people and doing rituals. And he broke it all down to me how they was in the back, that big back window, that black window that was in back of the instructor, that glass window that you can't see through, but they can look out at your ass. Yeah, that's the people. That's the people, that's the Epstein type people. And when I was in that focal group, they was just doing the interview. Whether they was going to put me in the Squid Games or eat me or send me to Epstein Island or whatever. It was never about a focal group. The guy told me that I would have went into that next one and I would have ate, but everybody in there would have known what was going to go down except for me and the other victims or whatever. And it would have been up in the food because they did tell us to eat. They kept on trying to make us eat. I'm not going to interrupt this no more. I'm not.
There's a lot of eyes on me, and I'm bringing awareness for the kids, the little kids that are hurting. I know you guys seen that video. I'm not even going to say the name, but you know what I'm talking about. It starts with the J. And I'm trying to be as calm as I can. Trust me, I'm trying to be as calm as I can, and I'm trying to be as safe as I can, but there will be a time. My last fight was for my son Henry. I wanted to fight for him, and that's what I give the fight to. This time it's for the children around the world. I'm gonna give you guys some facts, since some people want some facts. 3 fast facts, and I got a paper here because everybody likes facts. They want papers, right? Everybody wants the proof? Okay. Well, let's go into, this is surface level proof. This is common knowledge if you're really paying attention. Okay, the first fact, with human trafficking, including sex trafficking, the global industry of human trafficking, including child sex trafficking, is estimated to be worth $150 billion annually.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
$150 billion annually. Do you understand what that means? I don't even know how much Amazon is worth, but if this is worth 150 billion, I mean, it's about time we start paying attention for the children. Number 2, globally, the International Labor Organization estimates that 1.2 million children are trafficked each year. 1.2 million children are trafficked each year.
Around the world.
Around the whole world. The US, in particular, where we live, where I live, the US is the #1 nation in the world for consuming child. Now, those are the 3 facts. And I already know about this. I'm gonna go a little deep.
There are even more disturbing details mentioned in the community around this article. People point to the death of other figures like Chester Bennington, Chris Cornell, and Avicii. The theory goes that these men weren't just struggling with mental health, but were actually whistleblowers who were on the verge of exposing a massive child trafficking ring. And
a lot of these people, I said I wasn't going to interrupt no more, but for one, this AI voiced and switched up. And for two, a lot of these whistleblowers that's in Hollywood, they were some of the children on Epstein Island. Now, Epstein Island is just the code word for all of this sick shit, wherever it took place. These kids, I'm talking about the Olsen twins, Orlando Brown. I wouldn't be surprised if Raven Simone, Jaden Smith, man. T.I.'s son, King? Nah. T.I.'s son, King, was not on Epstein Island. He ain't got nothing to do with that. But these other kids, you could see it in their eyes. They don't smile. It's like they hurt, man. And then they get grown, and then they see it happening to other children, and they just can't take it no more, and they just start screaming. We call them crazy. That this is a sick world. We call the good stuff bad and the bad stuff good, man.
Ritualistic abuse that fuels the Hollywood machine. Some even speculate that they faked their deaths to escape, while others believe they were taken out to keep the swamp from being drained. The article mentions a gruesome aspect involving the physical aftermath of these rituals. There are claims about blood drinking and the harvesting of biological materials from infants and fetuses. These are the kinds of details that make your skin crawl. The narrative suggests that the elite believe these practices grant them longevity, power, or some kind of satanic ritual abuse. It's a level of satanic ritual abuse that most people can't even wrap their heads around, which is exactly why the people who speak out are often labeled as crazy. Look at Selena Gomez's history. There were periods where she seemingly vanished from the public eye or appeared in photos looking physically and emotionally drained. Theorists point to these gaps as times when she was allegedly dealing with the trauma of these rituals or recovering from the loss the article describes. If these claims are true, it paints a picture of an industry that is less like a business and more like a predatory cult. The article also touches on the swamp rhetoric, the idea that there is a deep, entrenched system of monsters who have been operating in the shadows for centuries. The gruesome details of the hunting parties are often linked to historical accounts of the elite blood sports. It suggests that this isn't new, it's just better hidden now behind PR teams and NDA agreements.
For the fight, people telling me I need to go to a mental rehab to put me into the psych ward because I'm speaking the truth. Please help me and you help the children. You know, Jeffrey Epstein ain't the only island.
Right.
Think about that. They do horrible things together so they don't snitch against each other, and they're rich so they hold each other accountable. If you say something, I'm gonna say something, and everything comes down. Think about it.
Let them know about your foundation you want to start too.
And I'm starting my foundation, Save the Children. Also release the truth. Non-profit, I don't want anything. Have I asked for $1 from any of you guys? Have I made $1 from anything I'm saying? If anything, I've probably lost money.
It's crazy that you lost money for speaking the truth and trying to save children. What sane world do we live in?
Right.
It's insanity for telling the truth now in a world full of lies.
Right.
Bieber has, at times, used his platform to speak about his faith and his journey toward healing. In the context of these theories, his focus on redemption takes on a whole new meaning. Is he trying to outrun the shadows of what he saw? Is his erratic behavior over the years a symptom of the MK Ultra style conditioning that whistleblowers claim is rampant in the industry? We have to ask ourselves, why is this information archived and suppressed? Why are the details so consistently dark whenever a whistleblower comes forward? The article suggests that the elites are terrified of the public waking up to the reality of what goes on behind closed doors. They rely on the fact that the truth is so gruesome that most people will reflexively reject it as impossible. But for those who have spent time researching the Illuminati or the cabals that supposedly run the world, these details fit a very specific and very terrifying pattern. The elite hunting parties aren't just a scary story. They are, according to this narrative, the ultimate expression of power over life and death. As we wrap this up, I want to remind you again, these are unverified claims. We are looking at a specific piece of archived content that has been circulating in conspiracy circles. But even as a theory, it forces us to look at the glamour of Hollywood differently. If even 10% of these gruesome details are based in reality, we are looking at a level. If even 10% of these gruesome details are based in reality, we are looking at a level of evil that requires a total reckoning.
It does.
We know the truth now. Yeah, and we can stand up for what's right. You hear the cries of the children. You hear them. I have babies. I have little kids out there. My own children. I can't imagine that happening. There is no clout that I get out of this. I was living fine. I was making great money. I'm still making great money, but I had a lot of things going on. The same way they came at Kanye. Kanye started telling the truth, and they made him take pills.
God is better than the devil. The devil took all the producers, the musicians, the designers. They got contracts out there that say you can't say Jesus. When we was working on this album, people used to be coming over the studio just to say Jesus as loud as they wanted to. You can say Jesus in your studio, but it's only one restaurant we serving for tonight. That's God's restaurant.
In 2018, a couple allegedly heard children screaming underneath their basement in Wales, which is a country located on the western side of the island of Great Britain, forming part of the United Kingdom. According to our best and latest investigation, the police are yet to investigate this case. The following is the disturbing recording. Please do not listen if you are easily distressed.
Now I see why they made the bunkers. We gonna skin their ass. If I was a part of the elite or any royal family or any person that's connected with this shit, man, I'd be so scared right now. I'd be so scared. They weak as shit too.
Lizards start breathing fire. So they're at a beach. This guy starts filming this lizard. Watch. It really makes me wonder if lizards are actually evolving into literal dragons now.
That's that Pokemon. What's his name? Jigglypuff or something? Wiggly Wop or some shit. A little dragon that spit out fireballs on. Yeah, that's Jigglypuff.
Let me know what you think.
you guys seen the video of the petrified dragon's head found in Romania, deep underground? This is wild, guys. This is why they created the lie of dinosaurs, because dinosaurs never existed. It was dragons. They always found these dragon bones and covered it up and said that they were dinosaurs, but it's always been dragons. There is a reason why every single creature in the Chinese zodiac is a real animal. And then you have this mystical creature, which is the dragon. And it's been depicted throughout all of our ancient history, in ancient artwork, in the Bible, in all religious texts. They've always talked about dragons, and we know that these things are real. It's completely obvious. Look how far underground they found this dragon's head, guys. This is evidence that there was a great reset, there was a great mud flood, and that petrified dragons are 100% a real piece of our history. Peace and love.
This is 2 years worth of progress for humanoid robots, and next year they're going to be delivering into people's homes, into businesses all around the world, and I just don't think humanity is ready for it.
Some of you are about to have your minds completely blown, especially if you have never seen the selective attention test. We're going to watch a video in which a group of people pass a pair of basketballs back and forth, and all I need you to do is watch very carefully and count how many passes were made by people wearing white. It sounds extremely simple and easy, but statistically about half of you are going to freak out when I show you the actual result. Here we go. Only passes by subjects in white count. Watch carefully. The correct number of passes was 15, but I lied. That actually is not the point of the experiment. Statistically, about half of you did not notice that 10 seconds into the video, a guy in a gorilla costume walked in, pounded his chest, and then walked out. That test was developed by Christopher Chabris and Daniel Simons, and part of what they found is that when people fail to see the gorilla, they tend to assume it was all a hoax until...
Hold on. Did you see the gorilla? Let's see. I didn't see the gorilla.
Are going to freak out when I show you the actual result.
Now I'm looking for
Here
a
we
gorilla.
go. Only passes by subjects in white count. Watch carefully.
A gorilla. I didn't see the gorilla at first.
The correct number of passes was 15,
Wow.
but I lied. That actually is not the point of the experiment. Statistically, about half of you did not notice that 10 seconds into the video, a guy in a gorilla costume walked in, pounded his chest, and then walked out.
Right.
The test was developed by Christopher Chabris and Daniel Simons, and part of what they found is that when people fail to see the gorilla, they tend to assume it was all a hoax until shown the original video again.
Right.
Some of you...
Your energy is so strong, vibrate so high that anybody that's wishing to do evil upon you, it shall be revealed. Vibrate so high that any evil entity feels uncomfortable in your presence. Vibrate so high that strangers come up to you and compliment you. Vibrate so high that people want to be around you because you actually heal them. Vibrate so high that anybody that wish to do harm towards you shall perish. Vibrate so high that anybody that has evil intentions shall get revealed. Vibrate so high that you heal the earth. Vibrate so high that you heal your community. Vibrate so high that you heal the world. Vibrate high.
Is that what I think it is? I'm not sure. What the fuck's going on here, dog? None of this shit makes sense to me. They look happy as a motherfucker, but something don't look right. Can you guess what it is? Can you guess what the fuck don't look right, dog? How long is it gonna take you? Because it's taking me pretty quick to see that something ain't right. Nah, I ain't the smartest man in the world, bud. I'm sure that was a motherfucking mask she had on. Now, allegedly, this woman, her name Naomi, she wear a mask, and then you can see she got like some disfiguration or something. Something happened. But that's a mask. Nobody know what you really look like. and you don't take that motherfucker off. And you're married. That's crazy work. Do he know what you really look like? I don't know. This is confusing. I've never seen no shit like this before. I've never seen like regular people. Well, I don't even know what to call this shit. Cause this ain't regular daggler. You can't be a regular daggler motherfucker and wear a mask every day. And I ain't talking about a shiesty. You got a full rubber mask on, dog. What the fuck is going on here?
Alright, so check this out, Council. I'm gonna show you how deep this Truman Show is, alright? And give you a perspective of what's going on the world stage and these characters, like how they work. Alright, take a movie, right? Like James Bond, 007. Fam, 007, James Bond is like a title. It's a rank in the MI6. So that's why you have James Bond, but then like 1,000 different actors will play the same character. Each one of those James Bond is a different person playing the same character. It's the same way on the world stage. So you take someone like a Schleppstein. There is no actual Schleppstein. They made up that whole name, made up that character. You take a Ghislaine or Ghislaine Maxwell. There is no Ghislaine Maxwell. It's the name of a character that they made up on the world stage. And 50,000 different actors play that particular character. There's 100 people that play Jeffrey Schleppstein. Do you understand me? It's not a real person, it's a character. And that character, that role is played by 100 different actors, and the actors are entities. Let's call them reptilians, let's call them zeta reticulums, let's call them grandma's peach tea. They are demons, they're devils, shapeshifters, and they wear a glamour to confuse you, I, and everyone else in this range, or they used to. Now we're seeing through the glamour using our first eye and the lessons we've been taught by the ancestors who came before us. But Council, everyone you see out here on the world stage is literally just a character. I don't care if it's Hillary Clinton. I don't care if it's Bill Gates or Shill Gates. I don't care who it is. Anyone you see out there on the world stage is a character being played by different actors. And these entities, they take turns piloting the avatars. And the higher they are up in rank in their demonic levels is the better the role they get to play on the world stage. So the lower ranking demons would be like the entourage. And a higher ranking demon would be like the top boy, the top guy in the crew, whatever you want to call it. But it's the demons that came up with the whole hierarchy class system, because that's how hell is ran. They run their situation by class and level and all that foolishness. There is no equality. The whole world is a stage, and the men and women are merely actors. Nothing you see out there is actually real. Your mind makes it real. But all the people on the world stage, they are just fake characters. And the veil being lifted is revealing the whole entire circus to you. So it's your choice now. You either join the circus or you get out before the whole thing burns down. Anyway, let's go. Bang, bang. Yeah. So the point is, family, that now that we've exposed these individuals that make up the system, we've exposed the system for what it is. So we're not worried about these characters. We're going to burn the whole circus down.